What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here on this Monday morning with a series recap, Australian tour of South Africa. For some reason it says Australian tour of 2023/24. I mean, I don't know where they got their facts from, but the last game's actually played in September. Anyways, I'll edit that out. Hey, we are just going to jump straight into this one. A 3-match T20 series that the Aussies 3-0 with not even close to our best side. So actually a really, really good result so far here for the Aussies. It's been a really interesting tour, and it's been one of my favorite, Aussie team setups to actually watch and pay attention to in a long time. As an Aussie, we never really try different things. We're always so boring, and we like to keep it with the same, 12, 13, 14 blokes. But this series, we've been forced to throw a few different things up due to injuries, and it has made me feel good things inside as an Australian and the future in this cricket, especially with the white ball. So hey, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and if you've been paying attention to this series, let me know what your biggest takeaways are so far. Even if it's on a South African side of things, there's been some big positives for the Proteas as well. So we're going to run through all of that today. Still 5 ODIs to be played, but I just wanted to review these 3 T20s and just kind of talk about it, because that's what I'm fucking here to do. So hey, let's jump straight into it. Let's get straight into it, right? Australia, the first T20. Right, so hold on. Let's start from the ending. So last night, the last T20 was played. Australia in by far the most competitive match of the series there. South Africa put up 190. We chased it down with 13 balls remaining, but was still a pretty good total to set for the Proteas there. And with all due respect, obviously far away from one of their strongest sides in a long time as well. So different sort of setup there for the Proteas. But jumping... the fuck is going on here? Anyway, we'll move on from that. Australia, South Africa. Let's jump into it. All right, we're not going to go through every single thing, but just kind of touch on the big things through the series. And as you can see here, the player of the match in the first T20 was that man, the new T20 skipper of Australia, Mitchell Marsh. I tell you what, as an Aussie, and I want to say almost every single Australian, if you asked us 5 years ago, would Mitchell Marsh be captain of an Australian team, I would have said he won't even be fucking playing for the team, let alone captaining it. But here he is. The last 2.5, 3 years, kind of since that UAE T20 World Cup, he's just taken his game to a different level, especially in that white ball format, has got himself back in the red ball team too, and just the big fella Bison, isn't he? He is an absolute monster, and I don't know if he's been in the... Well, I know that he's been in the gym working a lot. He's got big guns now. He's not looking like that, that classic Perth schoolboy that used to get treated really well. Now he's like this big, bulky, Marcus Stoinis looking Adonis. Makes me feel better about him being captain as well. And... gee whiz, he's had an incredible series here. He really has had an incredible series. 92 of 49 not out, which of course did win us this game. Well, somewhat. I mean, South Africa just got bowled out for 115 there. But the big things from here, Tim David, 64 off 28. I mean, he is one of the biggest inclusions to this Australian white ball team in the last few years. He's going to be at the ODI World Cup, and he's going to be at the T20 World Cup. There's no doubt about that. Just with a lazy 228 strike rate, by the way. Anywho, moving on there. Jansen, Lizard Williams. No one gives a shit. All right, Temba Bavuma. Gone for a golden duck in the first game. He also went for a first ball golden duck in the third game as well, which we're going to get to just shortly. Or was it the second game? I'll edit that out. I'll actually get to it a bit later. So yeah, just piss poor batting here. In the wickets was that man, Marcus Stoinis. Spencer Johnson, which, if you do pay attention to somewhat Australian cricket, you would have heard of him. Big left arm man. He's a big... Honestly, he's like another Marcus Stoinis, but bowls left armies, but doesn't bat as well. He's just a huge lad. Big, strong, beautiful hair, beautiful man. And is going to be a big feature point of this Australian team for the next, I want to say... 7 to 10 years, especially in this white ball scene. Saba, one for Nathan Ellis. Yeah, okay. And Tanvir Sanger on debut did take that 4-wicket haul. He then got dropped for the second game, which, did make a lot of sense to me. But anyways, I'm not the fucking selector, am I? On to the second one here. So both of these first two games, the start time for these games in Australia started at, I think it was about 2 a.m. here. So I didn't actually get to watch much of the first two games. I only got to watch the highlights. But of the third game, I got to watch the entire thing because it started at 9:30 yesterday, which was just perfect timing. But anyway, all right, into the second one here, the Proteas. Yeah, really just another fall-over loss here for them. Hendricks, nothing. Bavuma, 35. Got going. Markram has looked probably, I want to say, South Africa's best batsman. He played well in the second and the third T20 there. He's got to lead by example, the skipper. Dewald Brevis, finally on the international stage. He's going for a golden duck, so that's not how we envisioned things going, did we, for the Mumbai Indians legend? AB de Villiers Jr. Not great, but look, he's going to be one of the great players to come in the next generation, so just let's all calm down, because I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and social media saying that Dewald Brevis is a bust and that he's not good. Let's all calm down, all right? He's played one game. Let's calm down. Tristan Stubbs, love his work. 27 off 20. Fortune, just into the bowlers. No one cares there. So, the Aussie bowlers, though, Berendorf, whatever. The man's been around for about 400 years. Aaron Hardy, who's been a new inclusion to this squad. I like it. A very young all-rounder with lots of skills to his name. Matty Short, a part of the team. Sabat. Nathan Ellis, who you guys know if you're a fan of the channel. I'm a big Nathan Ellis fan, great changes of pace, and I think at India at the World Cup this year, in the ODIs, he'd be in my team, in my 11, to be honest. I just think his change up in India is going to be something that could be like game changing, and I feel like every team has their change of pace sort of bowler, and I think about Australia, I'm thinking of, Cummins, Hazelwood, Stark. They're not going to go out there and bowl a few off-cutters and slower balls, are they? So, yeah. One to think about, I think, who will maybe feature in that World Cup squad, at least Adam Zampa. The MLC legend got carted. Jesus Christ. And to the Aussie batting, Matty Short in his second game for the country. Massive. Again, I've only give him nothing but props on this channel. He is a future, I think he's like 28, but he's a future gun of this team. He will open at the T20 World Cup next year. No doubt about it. Travis Head, I love him as an opener. I love him in the T20 team. He should always be in the T20 team. That's just my opinion. Mitchell Marsh, another 79 off 39. Just another captain's knock, really just playing around with those South African bowlers like they were school children. Like, it was literally like Prithvi Shaw back in the days at school making 1,000. Like, it's just light work there. And then Josh Inglis, who it just exists. I don't really understand what he's doing. The bowlers, not a lot to talk about there. So now we jump into the third T20. Of course, I will get to the full statistics rundown in just a moment and kind of give my opinions and thoughts on the team and where this Australian setup is going in the direction for the World Cup and just how I like this Australian white ball team right now. It's been the white ball setup in Australia has been a big talking point probably since the 2015 World Cup and how different our teams would start to look. When would these guys like Warner, Finch, even like the bowlers in Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood, when would these guys start to move on and get new young talent into the Australian setup? We're getting it in this series, which just makes me feel so fucking good, doesn't it? I'm going to edit that out. That was cringe. All right, South Africa in the closest T20 of the series. It wasn't, a game-stopping victory, but it was still a very nice victory there. South Africa into bat first. They started off really well, then they had a really bad period in the middle, and then they recovered really well towards the end. So set a really nice total there for a competitive match down there. Where the hell was it played? Durban. There you go. Shout out to Durban. At least it wasn't raining like the Asia Cup. Hopefully not tonight as well. We'll get to that a bit later. South Africa, Reza Hendricks with his best knock of the series looked incredible, actually. I wish he kept going. Even as an Aussie, I just wanted to see him. He was carting fucking everything. 42 off 30. Temba. Temba ball. No, he's gone for 2 ducks in this series. He batted well in the second game. This game, not so much. Temba boy, you need to sort yourself out. Or they're going to replace you with fucking, like, I don't know, Keegan Peterson soon. Like, you better sort yourself out there, Temba. Breztke, 5, okay. Aiden Markram, again, was probably their best batsman all series, the skipper. 41 off 23. I wanted him to keep going. He was demolishing us. He was South Africa's big chance there to go 220 plus. It was such a nice deck and such a nice venue to make big runs, short boundaries, just a good deck overall. And anything that was bowled too short or not full enough, go fucking fetch it over the boundary. Ferreira, I don't know much about this fella, Ferreira, but gee whiz, did he bat well last night? Who the hell is he? He's 25. He played for the Joburg Super Kings. Okay. He played for the Rajasthan Royals? What? Okay, maybe this guy's better than I've ever thought. Who is this guy? He's played 40 T20s. He averages 32. Fuck, all right. He's not too bad with the ball either. Okay. Better start showing my respect. How do I go back to where I was? Is that how I go back? Thank you very much. I'll edit that out. Anyways, so yeah, he was really impressive. Gave them their late spark pushed towards a 200. Fort Tuin, a big golden egg. Kotze, 13, and then just the bowlers at the end there. So 190, their best total of the series, obviously, and just gives them a little bit of fucking confidence going into the bowling chase, really. Marcus Stoinis there, too far. He was terrific starting off. Sean Abbott was terrific again, and it's kind of between Sean Abbott and Nathan Ellis for that spot at the ODI World Cup this year. Like, both have great changes of pace. Sean Abbott is a much better batsman and can play as an all-rounder, obviously. We've seen what he did in the 100 recently, hitting like a 100 ball, like 36 or some shit. It was ridiculous, but takes 4 wickets. Nathan Ellis goes for 50 runs off his 4, so that's probably not a good look there, is it, Nathan? Tanveer Sangha, 1 for 39. Yeah, I just like seeing Tanveer around the squad. It's better than having to watch guys like Mitch Swepson or, you know, Adam Zampa for the 400th time, or fucking, you know, just the Ashton Agar. Like, I would so much rather watch a guy like Tanveer Sangha, who is the future of this bowling unit in white ball cricket here, get a go and play some cricket for the country and, yeah, do his job well, I thought. All right, into the batsman here to chase things down. Matthew Short, get things started off to a great start. No, he did not. So he's gone for a golden egg there. Aiden Markram, the part-timer, the skipper. First ball, LBW, on your fucking bike. Not a good look, but that's all right, Shorty, because we know I love you. You play... He's one of my favourite batsmen to watch right now, but... yeah, not a good look there. Honestly, there's not much better than a Matthew Short pull shot where he just leans back in his crease and fucking sends it over the boundary. But, yeah, he's just saving a lot of his good energy for the ODI series, so that's fair enough. Travis Head there, 91, just a match-winning knock there. Really did get... He didn't start slow, but he really just worked into his innings really well there. 91 off 48, 8 fours and 6 sixes, 189 strike rate, just terrific. And again, this is why he is one of the most dangerous batsmen that Australia has ever had, and this is why he should never be out of the T20 team. It was always a mystery to me when he was removed from both the white ball teams into the test team, but his best cricket was in the white ball team, and then they gave him a red ball chance. And ever since he started playing well in the red ball team, they kind of took him away from the white ball setup, which makes sense to me. But obviously ODI cricket, Travis Head is involved, but T20, he should be in there. He should be in every single 11 that Australia drafts. Like, I would play Travis Head over David Warner as an opener. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I mean, Finch is gone as well. Cameron Green, is he going to open? I don't know. Mitchell Marsh, 15. Inglis, Well, actually a nice 42 off 22. He did get dropped like 2 or 3 times there, so pretty lucky. I'm not Josh Inglis's biggest fan, to be honest. I would honestly rather just watch a guy like Josh Philippe, Ben McDermott try and play. Like, they don't have as good records as Inglis, but Inglis just doesn't excite me. In red ball cricket, yes, I think he's the backup, but in white ball, I think there's better options. But clearly, you make 42 off 22, I need to shut up, don't I? Marcus Stoinis, great at the end, 37 off 21, and just this at the end. Ashton Turner also in the 11. Don't read too much into that because he did not bowl. He did not bat, really. He was just a fielder and someone who swirled up the Gatorade, so that's all right there. And into the Protea bowlers, Markram 1 for, Fortuin 2 for, and Kotze 2 for as well. So hey, that is how the 3 matches went down. A clean sweep there for the Aussies, but I don't think many expected anything different knowing the teams going into it. All right, so let's go. What should we do? Let's go with most wickets. Let's go with most wickets to start us off there. Sean Abbott. Fuck, I didn't know that. 8 wickets. God damn, he beat everyone for most wickets there. I guess, interesting that. I'm kind of think because, I mean, that pitch was pretty nice for batting, but clearly taking 8 poles is pretty nice. 8 for 70 as well. And an economy of just 7. Okay, I like that. That's really impressive to me. Marcus Stoinis, Tanveer Sangha. Sangha only played 2 games and finished 3rd, which is a great look. Lazard Williams, Alice Kotze, all those sort of fellas there. And let's just finish off here with most runs. Mitchell Marsh, of course, you know, by a long way. After that 92 not out in the first knock, it was pretty obvious who would be at the top here. And the most important thing, this right here, the 2 not outs, finishing off the match for Australia and winning. That is the most important thing, and that's something we've always lacked, was our finisher in Team Australia. You know, James Faulkner used to do it like years and years ago. Then we always kind of relied on our wicket keeper to kind of finish it off, or like a Pat Cummins at the end, or a Matthew Wade, now we've got Tim David in that area. We've got Mitchell Marsh who can do that. If Travis Head bats down the order, we've got an option like that as well. So Inglis, I guess, if he's a part of the team, Stoinis. Aaron Hardy, if he gets a chance in the future too. So there's lots of names that are starting to finally fill out this white ball Australian team and make us not look kind of second rate. Honestly, since the T20 World Cup in 2020, our white ball team has just gone from another level, which is really good to see. But hey, I think that'll cap us off. Are we pretty much done here? I mean, we might as well just run through the fixtures of the next few games. 7th of September, so like in 3 or 4 days, that'll start. All at a pretty good time as well, 9 p.m. So all at, where the hell is this? Bloemfontein? All right, shout out to the people of Bloemfontein right there, and then Centurion Johannesburg. Ooh, Johannesburg, that brings up a bit of PTSD. Just realised I actually forgot to record an outro, but hey, that is going to cap us off. I just started rambling, and then I realised, hold on, I didn't even film an outro here, so that is going to cap us off. I hope we all enjoyed. Comment down all your thoughts about this series, who's impressed you, who's let you down, aka Temba Bavuma. Hey, I hope we all enjoyed, and I'll see everyone in the next one.